The House of Mouse has entered the trading card game realm. There is a new competitor in the arena of slamming cardboard on kitchen tables. Lorcana has dropped, and we have it right here. Is the game doing well? Is it doing poorly? Is everyone buying it? Is nobody buying it? We have all of the sales data from TCG Player, and we have so much to talk about today. Let's go. When Disney's Lorcana was announced, indie TCGs were put on notice. Is this game going to pull funds from all of the other trading card game communities that have popped up since the pandemic, or is Lorcana just going to be another blip on the radar? Well, with the game's official release happening the week of the recording of this video, it's time to do some evaluation, and I have turned the hometown TCG data analysis tools onto the next big thing in trading card games, and that is Disney Lorcana. So we have sales data. That's right. What we do here is we track every single sold listing from sealed product on TCG Player, and we use that to analyze how we think our community, the trading card geeks of the world, are responding to the release of any given card game. So before we look at the data, if you like stuff like that, make sure you click the subscribe button on this channel. It helps us grow to 6,500 subs. If you've been around for a while, consider checking out channel memberships. You get exclusive content, custom emotes, channel badges, and more, and all proceeds for the channel membership help to grow the streaming setup, the background setup, all of the camera and audio equipment for the channel members that are out there already. Thank you so much. But without further ado, it is time to get into the numbers, and let's check out the sales data. That's right, what we have right here is every single sold listing for Disney's Lorcana, the first chapter on TCG Player, the popular trading card game marketplace. And there's a couple things that are worth discussing before we dig into these numbers, and that's the fact that Lorcana is a game that's going to have a massively wide reach. And I believe these sales on TCG Player really represent the ingrained trading card game enthusiast. Now, I do believe this game is going to go beyond that as we see further releases later in September, targeting big box stores and Wave 2 for your and my LGS. That's right, MinMax Games does have and is getting more Lorcana. Make sure to check them out at minmaxgames.com. But this is a product that's going to live on shelves. Well, your niece, your kids, your nephew, whatever it might be, we're all going to enjoy some Lorcana in some fashion. So I believe, at least in the short term, this is a product that's going to live on shelves for a good while. But how is it selling right now? As of the release of this video, well, it's time to take a look at the numbers, and the big winner here, as you can see from the bottom chart, for which products are sold is the booster box. That's right, as far as the products that are moving through the popular trading card game marketplace, is the booster box is the highest selling product, selling in the largest numbers, and the booster box has sold 1,825 units as of the recording of this video for a massive community spend. So the booster box is what people are targeting on TCG Player, but it does not tell the whole story. Booster box cases in Disney Lorcana are selling at a larger number than we normally see, especially for new trading card games. Often a booster box case is a large investment. It's a lot of money, and people don't choose to just kind of YOLO in and buy that many boxes all at once. It really takes some traction for these things to get going, and without the game really experiencing any kind of significant release, I know we've had pre-release events and all the stores are going nuts and people are having fun playing the game, but it is important to note that Wave 2 is going to be a lot more boxes, and Wave 1 was so short printed that it's important to note that people are buying these booster box cases almost on good faith, as it hasn't been out there to really experience. Now, make sure you subscribe again, so we are going to talk about some of the singles that you can get in this and how they're going to compare to Magic the Gathering singles, and what I think Lorcana is doing well and Magic the Gathering might be able to take a lesson from. That's a video that's coming out either this week or next week. But the booster box case is an interesting study here, but Lorcana is also going to do well in the Pokemon-ish sense that it's going to sell supplementary products extremely well. Now, we're not really tracking starter decks here. I think the starter product is something that doesn't necessarily represent many people's interest in the game long term. I think on release weekend, that's a cool thing to track. If you want me to make a video about that, let me know in the comment section below. But I do think the other supplementary product, like the Illumineer's Trove and the gift set that we see represented in a couple lines here, are important products for Lorcana. These products are different from something like Magic the Gathering, where often we see fat packs or bundles or gift bundles save from something like Lord of the Rings when one of the cards in the bundles is like $41. Other than that, they don't really perform all that well, as most Magic enthusiasts at this point want packs, they want boxes they want to crack, or they're engaging with buying singles or just buying stuff for their commander deck specifically. So this is a realm where I feel like these are going to be great items for gifts under the tree, and they're selling in good numbers, seeing 271 gift sets and 604 troves, which is, I believe, the Lorcana version of the Pokemon ETB. If you know what that is, bonus points for you. Let someone else know in the comment section below, because as Magic the Gathering enthusiasts, often we miss interesting stuff like that. But it's important to note that the total number of Lorcana boxes that have sold has cracked the 2,000 number on TCG Player. And while this doesn't compare to some of the sales data we have looked at for a major monster card game like Magic the Gathering, it does go a long way to say that this product has officially outsold other indie TCGs already as of its release. Flesh and Blood Dusk Till Dawn has sold fewer boxes on TCG Player since its release than Lorcana has at the point of its release. So it just goes to show, again, the mouse goes wide. The idea that Disney and playing with Goofy and Mickey and getting into the homes of these families is something that is going to go a long way for this product, but the jury is still out. And while this information is super fun to dig into and look at, there are a couple things about Lorcana that still remain up in the air. Now, the gameplay for Lorcana has been reviewed and is seemingly a really fun and exciting experience. I have a box coming with a couple starter decks on its way. I'll be opening that on this channel. I'm going to check out the starter decks, and as someone who plays Magic the Gathering almost every single day, I'm excited to see what the Lorcana gameplay has to offer, as now I am also an uncle and a father, and I have young kids in my family and in life, and it would be interesting to give them something that they can chew on, enjoy, and play some trading card games, as I think that would be a really neat way to bond with a lot of my family members. So again, this shows the strength in what Lorcana has to offer, but I do think it's worth noting that all indie TCGs, including Magic the Gathering, should be celebrating the existence of Disney's Lorcana. And the reason is, this may very well be a gateway TCG. We've all have our stories of starting up and how we started playing trading card games and how we built our binder collection, or why we came back to any given game, and those stories are all part of the reason as to why we spend our hard-earned money on these hobbies. Now, Lorcana being in the hands of several enthusiasts and people looking to maybe experience trading card games for the first time could be a great sign for Magic, Pokemon, Sorcery, those games in the future, as those enthusiasts may and possibly could grow out of the Disney craze or the Disney phase, but they probably will not grow out of the trading card game hype. I know that the snake bites some of us and it just holds on to some of us and won't let us go, and that's not to say the Disney bug does the same. Heck, there are full-grown adults that are bonkers about all things Disney. So I think this game has a lot of potential. I think it's a very exciting time in trading card games. And listen, I do believe this data is worth tracking. There's some really cool information here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know this is a little bit off-brand for what we normally do on the channel, so if you like stuff like this, let me know in the comments section below. If you're new here, again, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for hanging out, and hey, share this video anywhere you talk about Lorcana online, on any kind of website or forum or group chat. Make sure they are aware of stuff like this, because not only are conversations like this interesting and help us be better consumers, but I also think there's a lot of entertaining things that we can discern from these numbers. So thanks again for hanging out. Until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh. I hope to see you around in the future, and we will see you later. Goodbye.